Gentlemen, let me be very direct with you. If you are over 60, there is one daily habit that could quietly destroy your prostate health, rob you of peaceful sleep, and even shorten your life. I have seen too many men suffer because they ignored this danger, and I refuse to let you be one of them. My name is Dr. James. I'm a prostate specialist with more than 3 decades of experience in men's health. I've cared for fathers, husbands, and grandfathers just like you, and I know what works and what causes damage that cannot be undone. Most men believe prostate problems are simply part of getting older. That's a myth. The truth is, your everyday choices can protect your prostate or slowly weaken it until symptoms take over your life. That's why I'm here today, to show you exactly what to stop doing and 5 proven daily habits that will protect your prostate, restore your energy, and give you back your confidence. If you find this message valuable, take a moment to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss another life-changing health tip. And please leave me a comment below. I read every single one. Now let's begin with the first hidden habit that puts your prostate at risk: holding your urine. 1. The hidden habit that's hurting your prostate. There's one habit I see over and over again in men over 60, and it quietly damages the prostate more than almost anything else: holding your urine. It might seem harmless. You're at work, in the car, or sitting comfortably in your chair, and you tell yourself, "I'll wait a little longer." But every time you do this, you put unnecessary pressure on your bladder and your prostate. Imagine a balloon being overinflated again and again. Eventually, the structure weakens, and it simply doesn't function the same way. That is exactly what happens inside your body when you repeatedly ignore the urge to go. Your bladder stretches, the muscles lose their strength, and the prostate gets compressed like a pipe being squeezed. Over time, you start noticing the warning signs: a weak stream, getting up 3 or 4 times at night, or that nagging feeling that you never really empty your bladder. These are not just inconveniences. They are your body's way of begging you to pay attention before the problem grows into something more serious. I've had patients who told me they wish someone had warned them earlier because by the time they came to me, the damage was already difficult to reverse. Don't let that be your story. The habit may seem small, but its consequences are not. Now here's where it gets even more surprising. Most men think age is the only factor, but in truth, it's what you do each day that determines how fast your prostate declines. And this leads us to the second reason men over 60 must take this issue more seriously than they realize. 2. Why men over 60 must take this seriously. As men age, it is natural for the prostate to enlarge, but natural does not mean harmless. Some men experience this change slowly, while for others it happens far more quickly. The real danger is not the aging itself, it is the way daily habits can accelerate the process. Ignoring the urge to urinate, drinking too much fluid late in the evening, or brushing off the early warning signs all place additional strain on a gland that is already vulnerable. Little by little, the quality of life you once took for granted begins to slip away. I've sat across from men who told me about nights spent waking up 5, 6, even 7 times to run to the bathroom, and the exhaustion written on their faces said it all. I've seen the frustration when a man cannot sit through a family gathering without excusing himself again and again. And I have felt the weight in their voices when they whisper that intimacy with their spouse has grown difficult, not because of lack of love, but because of the constant discomfort. This is not just about the prostate. It is about dignity, peace of mind, and the freedom to live without fear of losing control over your own body. Age may open the door to prostate problems, but it is your daily choices that decide how far those problems will go. And if that truth feels sobering, wait until you hear the surprising science behind ejaculation and its direct impact on your prostate health. 3. The science of ejaculation and prostate health. Now let's step into a subject many men shy away from, even though it could hold the key to their prostate health: ejaculation. Most men over 60 have quietly wondered whether sexual activity or even masturbation is good or bad for the prostate. Many keep the question buried out of embarrassment, but the science gives us an answer that can no longer be ignored. A groundbreaking Harvard study followed more than 30,000 men for 2 decades and the findings were striking. Men who ejaculated at least 21 times per month reduced their risk of developing prostate cancer by 1/3 compared to men who did so only a few times a month. Think about that for a moment. Something as natural and simple as regular release can protect you from one of the most feared diseases of aging. The reason is surprisingly logical. Your prostate is constantly producing fluid, and if that fluid stagnates, toxins and damaged cells accumulate. Ejaculation acts as a cleansing mechanism, refreshing the gland and lowering inflammation. Of course, moderation is key. When practiced regularly but not compulsively, ejaculation supports prostate health, relieves tension, and even improves mood. But when it turns into an unhealthy obsession, it can leave you drained, sore, and anxious. So the message is clear. Balance brings protection, excess brings problems. And if you think this is powerful, wait until you discover the 5 simple daily habits backed by research that can strengthen your prostate and transform your quality of life. 4. 5 habits to protect your prostate after 60. When it comes to protecting your prostate, medicine can only take you so far. The true power lies in the daily choices you make because those small steps add up to enormous results over time. Let me share 5 simple habits that have transformed the lives of countless men I've cared for. First, drink water the right way. Don't drown yourself in the evening only to spend the night running to the bathroom. Instead, sip steadily throughout the day and ease back after dinner. This one shift alone can restore restful sleep. Second, take a short walk after meals. 10 or 15 minutes of gentle movement is enough to boost circulation, reduce inflammation, and help your body manage blood sugar, which directly impacts prostate health. Third, maintain a regular sex life. Don't view intimacy as something that belongs only to the young. Science shows regular release keeps the prostate flushed, the nerves relaxed, and hormones balanced. Fourth, nourish your body with foods that fight inflammation. Ripe tomatoes, fresh broccoli, crunchy pumpkin seeds, and a variety of nuts and seafood. These foods are not luxuries. They are medicines served on your plate. Finally, never underestimate the healing power of deep, restorative sleep. Night after night, your body repairs itself, and your prostate is no exception. These habits may sound simple, but together they form a shield that protects you as the years go by. And while physical routines are powerful, there is another side to prostate health that too often gets ignored: the emotional side that touches dignity, confidence, and the very quality of your daily life. 5. The emotional side of prostate health. When men think about the prostate, they usually think about biology, symptoms, or medical tests. But in my decades of practice, I have seen that the prostate is tied to something deeper. It is tied to dignity, confidence, and the sense of control every man wants to keep as he grows older. When you wake up night after night stumbling to the bathroom, you don't just lose sleep, you lose peace. When you excuse yourself from family dinners or social gatherings again and again, it's not just an inconvenience. It feels like a piece of your freedom slipping away. And when intimacy with your spouse becomes difficult, it can quietly weigh on your heart, even if the love between you is still strong. I have looked into the eyes of men who told me, "Doctor, I feel like I'm not myself anymore," and I have felt the heaviness in their words. But I want you to hear this. You are not powerless. These struggles do not define you. By paying attention to your prostate, by acting early and making simple but powerful changes, you can reclaim energy, restore confidence, and rebuild closeness with the people you love most. And while understanding the emotional weight is important, it leads us to the most crucial message of all, the final words of advice every man over 60 needs to hear, words that could very well change the course of your health and your future. 6. Final words of advice. Your prostate is not just another organ tucked away in your body. It is a guardian of your health, a silent worker that deserves attention. Too often, men dismiss the warning signs, convincing themselves that frequent urination, weak flow, or discomfort are just normal parts of aging. But ignoring these signals is like ignoring the red light flashing on the dashboard of your car. Small issues, if left unchecked, turn into larger problems, and by the time many men seek help, the damage is already far harder to manage. The good news is that you hold the power to protect yourself by avoiding harmful habits such as holding in your urine and by embracing small daily practices, hydrating wisely, walking after meals, nourishing your body with healthy foods, sleeping deeply, and maintaining a balanced sex life. You create a shield for your prostate and your future. These are not complicated medical treatments. They are choices you can make starting today, choices that compound into years of strength and freedom. So listen closely, because the journey doesn't end here. If you take these lessons to heart and apply them, you will not only safeguard your prostate, but you will transform the quality of your life. And in the conclusion, I will share with you why these simple changes are far more powerful than most men ever realize, and how they can become your greatest investment in the years ahead. Conclusion. Gentlemen, your prostate health is not a minor detail. It is the foundation of your comfort, your confidence, and your quality of life. We've uncovered the dangers of holding urine, the truth about aging, the surprising science of ejaculation, the 5 daily habits that protect you, the emotional weight this struggle carries, and the urgent need to act now. Each choice you make shapes your future. Do not wait until symptoms steal your peace. Begin today with small, consistent steps, and you will reclaim strength, protect your dignity, and secure many healthier, fuller years ahead.